Hello, hello. Welcome to our Tapping Tuesday. I'm so happy to be here with you today. If you're new, my name is Amanda. What we do here for the next hour is EFT, also known as emotional freedom techniques, and it's tapping. Tapping. If you've seen anybody do that, that's what we're going to do here today. If you're not new, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you back with me. I'm going to go over just real quick how this hour is going to go. With EFT tapping, whether you know what you're doing or not, it's fairly simple to do. So you can just follow along with me, even if you're feeling a little insecure about what exactly to do. By the end of the hour, you'll have it down. As far as your participation, what you can do if you would like is to place in the chat whatever it is that is showing up for you. It can be something that is big and like what you would classify as a trauma from your past, something overwhelming that isn't necessarily traumatic, but you're ready to let go of it. Something that you would like to have that you feel blocked from. However, that looks for you. EFT is really great at alleviating the stress that's attached to that, which allows us to see things that we otherwise couldn't just because of the way our brains and our bodies operate when we're at a high stress level. Um, if you don't want to put anything in the chat, that's okay. You can still fully participate, and I will guide you on how you can do that. It's a lot of just advocating for yourself and what words fit for you, regardless of whatever I am guiding. If you put it in the chat, then I try to fit like exactly what's in there. But sometimes we don't always get around to what everybody's put. So I will show you how you can address what's most on your mind, regardless of whatever topic it is that we are tapping on. Okay. Let's see. It's a little odd because nobody's here. I'm used to having a couple dozen people at least at this time. So now I'm super curious and I'm a little nervous. I'm looking, I'm on the right channel. I am live. Um, do. Hmm. Hmm. Well, I guess what I will do, since no one is here, again, it's so weird that no one is here. I'm so concerned that everyone's waiting somewhere else, and I am somehow in the wrong place. Just gonna double click on a few things. Yeah, no, we're good. Yeah. All right. By every account that I can see, I'm in the right spot. So maybe this will be a short tap today and it'll be a video for everyone to enjoy later, which is totally fine. It's just unusual. This has never happened. I did get an email in. If you catch these videos whenever they're not live, or you just don't want to put something in the chat where everyone can see it and it's attached to your name, you can always email it to me. And then I can bring it up anonymously for you in the next chat. I need at least 24 hours advance notice, just to be sure that I have time to see it. And if I have any questions that I need to clarify something before I bring it up, I just like to have a little bit of time with you to do that before I bring your concern to everyone else, anonymous or not. And my email is amanda@eftuniverse.com. And it's at the top of the chat, so you can find it there, no problems. So the email that I have, I'm going to read it, and I'm going to keep this person anonymous just because I forgot to ask if it was okay to use their name. They said, could I please ask for tapping guidance on forgiveness, forgiving myself of my judgment on my sister and others over the years, leading to expectations that I now realize are just not in her or their nature. Over the years, I've had this idea of what a sister relationship should be. So I've always found myself judging her at how she sistered, yet always and still do feel like she's judging me because we're opposites in most parts of our views and practices in life. I now accept her for all who she is, but feel weighted with all the years that I wasted judging her and now judging myself. What a loop. Okay. And I love the way that that was worded. So thank you so much for that. I feel that we can broaden this topic, and I really appreciate this opportunity to talk about this because it's very easy to identify and address the trauma portion of what EFT assists with. But what about overwhelm? How do you define overwhelm? How do you know when you're in overwhelm? And what about when it's chronic overwhelm? There's a lot of things that are blind spots for us in that category in these questions. And I think this is a beautiful way to bring up one of them, self judgment, self guilt, expectations that aren't being met, feeling not empowered in a situation in your life because you can't control other people and who they are or how they act or behave or respond. All of these things can absolutely affect the outcome of your well being. And that's something that EFT can really assist with because it is based in stress, which is what EFT is nearly magical in releasing, which is stress. So, how we would approach this, and if you don't have a similar issue where you have a relationship in your life that you've wanted to be different, that you've tried to cultivate differently, that you've had expectations on, and it just hasn't met that space that you were hoping for, you could choose something else where you feel a long-term judgment on. And I mean something other than like, I'm not good enough. I mean, that's a good one to fall back on, right? That's one that's extremely common, fairly common is what I was going to say, but it's extremely common for people to not feel good enough. But something along the lines of, man, I was so hard on myself and I always thought I was never attractive enough. And now I look back on, me when I was younger and, oh, if I just allowed myself, to not be perfect or, oh, I did this sport or this dance or this activity, for so long. And it was so stressful because I was never as good as so-and-so. But now looking back, if I had just let myself, that kind of a thing, like a regret. That is something that you could focus on as well. I'm going to take it in this tap from a relationship standpoint. So you can adjust that however it works for you. Let's see. I will use the phrase, I kind of want to use the word accidentally, like even though I accidentally had expectations. No, I'm gonna say even though I didn't know how to choose better, because I feel like that's the basis of what this person is saying is they chose the best they could because they were trying to be loyal to this idea of what the sisterhood should be and was trying to cultivate that, but then realized, oh, it doesn't have to be that. And we can be happy in the same space if I let go of that. And that's a healthier mindset to have, a more flexible mindset to have. So even though I didn't know I could choose differently, I could choose better, I did my best, but it still caused grief. There's a lot of different phrasings you can apply to that. I'm going to keep it vague. I don't remember what I just said. So now I've got to think of it again. I didn't know it could be different. I'm going to say that, even though I didn't know it could be different. Okay. So we're going to tap as we talk. We're going to start at this point here, and it's just a gentle tap, about as hard as you would hit keys on a keyboard without having any emotion behind it. Just a gentle pressing. Really have that situation in your mind with whatever it is. Even though I didn't know that I could choose different, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I didn't know that I could choose different and get a different outcome. I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I didn't know I could choose different. And it caused me the grief that I feel now. I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. This grief that I feel, I didn't know. Not knowing, there were better choices. But that's okay. It doesn't feel okay. I don't want to say it's okay. But maybe I can acknowledge I did the best I could. And if I would have had this knowledge then, I believe I would have utilized it. This knowledge, this grief, this relationship, in the past, looking back, all these feelings, even though this is currently my experience, when I think about all of the past missed opportunities because I didn't have the knowledge I needed, I still choose to deeply and completely accept myself. I wonder, does this affect what's happening now and how it can be in the future? Well, yeah, absolutely it is. I mean, it's like I've got this big backpack full of all of these experiences, and now I'm trying to drag it along with me, right? That's how it has to be. I have to hold on to all of the mistakes that I've made and all of the things I didn't know and everything from my past. That's just how it works, right? Right? Even if some part of me feels like that's true, I hold space to discover a different way. Maybe it's okay to start over. Not all the way over. There's the relationship, there's the history, but starting at a new place with this new knowledge. It's okay for me to integrate that. And it's okay for me to behave in what is my known truth now. And if I have some lingering grieves or sticky spots that I need to release, I can do that. And if that involves some poignant conversations, I can do that too. But isn't the point of this new information to allow myself to change and to shift? Okay, hold on. I'm noticing something here. Okay, still the same. I can allow myself to shift and change according to the knowledge that I have. That's the point of learning. That's the point of growing. Maybe it's okay to feel what I feel and to allow that to be fluid. I don't have to stop and reanalyze everything or relive everything. It's okay for me to review it, but to put it back down or to let it just continue on by. And maybe as I review it, I can shift into a place of compassion. I can acknowledge that maybe I did a poor job of translating what I was hoping to do, but I did do the best I could. And I did it with a genuine heart and with good intentions, even if it didn't work out the best. I can have compassion for myself and all of my efforts that I made. And it's okay if they're not my favorite memories. But I wonder, do I need to regret them? Does it need to be something that I'm harsh about? Something that I'm judgmental about? Well, why wouldn't I regret them? What reason could I possibly have that would make this okay or not regrettable? Well, maybe it would be I can acknowledge that even though the tools that I had at the time were not ideal, I had so much passion and intention. And maybe that is what led me to find better tools. I only had the tools that I had, whether they were given to me or I received them by watching others, listening to others. But because I really wanted a solution that worked, I continued to look for more tools. So even though the outcome of what I've been wanting took longer to get here than what I had hoped for, maybe I can allow myself some compassion in saying, but you've been trying and you didn't give up. And now you've got it. And I can allow myself to feel some comfort and confidence that I was able to successfully reach this new place. This new place. My relationship. This person. The present. The future. This relationship. Where I get to be. And as I learn to give myself this permission to feel good about where I am and permission to feel compassion about where I've been, I might be really good at it. And this might feel really natural and be something that I can integrate very simply. It might be something that I struggle with. It may take me time and it might be confusing and take a lot of effort to figure out. However it looks, I'm here for it. And I give myself permission to learn on my own time, on my own curve, as I allow myself to find a happy place with where I've been and where I am. My happy place. My relationship. my past, my present, and my future. And as I give myself this permission, I deeply and completely accept myself. Well done. Take a breath. Good job. Alrighty. Well, if you did try to find the live and it just didn't connect for you for some reason, I'm so sorry that happened. I am still sending you so much love and good thoughts and happy thoughts. I am going to go ahead and end for this week since I don't have anyone to interact with. It's so weird. But know that I am thinking about you. I care about you. And please feel free to email me. I'm so sorry if you were looking to have this experience today and it just didn't happen somehow. Hope you find this recording and then it brings you some comfort and some joy. I look forward to seeing you next week or whenever I get to see you next. Take care and I'll be thinking about you. Bye.